Hey everybody, welcome into the Nesson Studios. Michaela Vernava, Andre Kachatourian with an abbreviated version of our pound for pound UFC show. We are joined via Skype by UFC's Matt Perino, and we have a middleweight fight headlining the night going down in Charlotte, the old Queen City, North Carolina. The third-ranked middleweight Jacare Souza versus eighth-ranked Derek Brunson. Guys, let's just start with how entertaining you think this fight will be on Saturday night.
I think in terms of the entertainment value, it's going to be way up there because you got two guys who love to finish fights. You know, Jacare, in terms of getting all the submissions, he has 17 career submissions in his career, and with Brunson, I believe his last 6 wins have come via first-round knockout, which is impressive. It's going to be fireworks, pyrotechnics, call it what you want. It's going to be a great fight.
All right, well, you always have a tendency to exaggerate, so I just want to see what Matt Perino thinks. Matt, what do you think in terms of, are you looking forward to watching this fight Saturday night?
No, I think if I'm looking very much forward to it. And if you look at this fight and then you look ahead a little bit to UFC 221, Luke Rockhold versus Yoel Romero for the interim title at middleweight, they're kind of contrasting fights, right? That's going to be a more grueling fight, where this one, I think most people expect it to be fireworks right out of the gate. You could be expecting a finish in the first round. In their first fight back in Strikeforce, Jacare actually finished Brunson standing up. He knocked him out. He's known for his submissions, and Derek Brunson has evolved over time and become one of the most dangerous strikers in this division. He gave Robert Whittaker everything he could handle in their fight a little over a year ago, and Jacare kind of got, dominated a little bit against Whittaker. So I think it's a very interesting fight standing up. I think Brunson has, turned into one of the best strikers in this division, most powerful punchers, bar none, in this division. It's going to be a fun fight.
So standing up, yeah, they are even when it comes to height, but the thing is Brunson has a 5-inch reach advantage. I mean, that's pretty significant, has a couple inches in the leg advantage. But as far as the first meeting between these two fighters, that Strikeforce fight that you mentioned, Matt, it was so long ago that do you think that we can gain any sort of insight as to what will go down Saturday from that fight, given the fact that it was so long ago?
As Matt mentioned, a lot. Brunson is a different fighter than he is now. You look at his body of work, as I mentioned, his last 6 wins via the knockout. He's got a devastating punch. He can finish a fight anytime. That loss against Anderson Silva at UFC 208, very controversial decision. Silva won the fight, but a lot of people had Brunson winning that fight. So the guy's done a lot, and Souza's going to try to get this fight onto the ground, but Brunson, in his UFC career, 100% takedown defense. He's never been taken down, so it's going to be tough for Souza to do that. And he's a younger guy too. Souza's 38, Brunson's 34. At the end of the day, though, I'm going to go with Souza just because you look at the last decade, the guy's only lost to 3 fighters: Luke Rockhold, Yoel Romero, and Robert Whittaker. Those are 3 of the best middleweight fighters. I think just based on experience alone, Jacare is going to win the fight.
Matt, what do you think? Who are you picking?
I'm actually going to go with the upset here. I like Derek Brunson. I think what's happened with Jacare over the course of his career, if you go all the way back to Strikeforce and then into his UFC run, he's been he's been a guy that everybody's kind of feared, right? But the aura surrounding Jacare is all of a sudden diminished a little bit. I mean, Robert Whittaker does that to people. I mean, he's gone and taken out the who's who of this division, everybody. Yoel Romero was the longtime boogeyman of this division as well. I think Derek Brunson, most first-round finishes in middleweight history, the most wins at 185 pounds since 2012. He stays active. He's getting better all the time, and he's in his prime. Jacare Souza spoke after his last fight that he was contemplating retirement because of some injuries and stuff like that. Whenever retirement creeps into the conversation, I think it's a scary thing for any fighter. So I just think this is a good spot for Derek Brunson, a guy that knows a win here over a respected guy like Jacare immediately places him in the conversation for a title shot, and I'm going to go with Derek Brunson.
I have to agree with you.
I just want to say one thing. He's very correct, and he's so convincing. Matt, you should run for office. You just convinced me. I'm going to take Brunson as well.
You're changing
I was
your
on
pick?
the fence. I was on the fence. It was a tough pick, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll go with Jacare because of the experience.
Man.
But Matt just made some very convincing points. I'm going to go with Brunson And
That's
we all know your
stuff.
pick is the one that matters because you went 5 for 5 in the UFC 220 picks. So I want to hear what you have to say.
I mean, I was going to pick Brunson as well.
Okay.
He's coming off 2 good wins. He's going to want to keep that rolling, and I don't need to repeat all of what Matt just said, although very convincing. I don't know, Matt, what do you think about Andre changing his pick after hearing your nice argument there?
It's not surprising. I mean, I know every once in a while he's on that fence a little bit. He straddles between 2 sides, so it's okay. Come aboard. But with all that said, watch Jacare go out and win in the first round.
There's nothing wrong with changing your pick. People do that with stocks all the time. You buy a stock, then you sell a stock. What's wrong with that? I'm very comfortable. It's a tough fight to pick.
Yeah, it is tough.
It's a tough fight to pick.
I made my pick. I'm sticking with it. If you're smart, you're going to go with what I said because, like Andre said, I'm on a bit of a roll when it comes to picking fights, and I'm going to hope to keep that going. And we will check in with Matt again very soon. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.